Welcome back, guys. हम करेंगे thermal properties of matter question 10 paper 2 5054. Let's start. Question 10. Describe two differences between boiling and evaporation. Acha, the differences between boiling and evaporation is firstly, boiling occurs throughout the liquid. So if boiling is happening in this liquid, it will occur throughout the liquid rather than occurring only on the surface, which is evaporation. Evaporation only occurs on the surface of the liquid. जो लिक्विड की सरफेस होगी वहां सिर्फ इवेपोरेशन चलेगी, ठीक है ना। और उसके बाद जो बॉइलिंग होती है, इट ओनली अकर्स एट वन टेम्परेचर विच इज 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस फॉर वाटर, ठीक है ना। बट ऑन द अदर हैंड evaporation can occur at a range of temperatures. It is not bound to be like it is not bound for one temperature. It can happen on multiple different temperatures, ठीक है ना। आपको मैं एक आध और बता देता हूँ। उसके फिर उसके लिए एक हीट सोर्स भी चाहिए होगा, राइट। तो हाँ, आगे देख लेते हैं। इनके क्वेश्चंस में से देख लेते हैं। ओए, इस बार कोई अच्छा इन्होंने आंसर दिया है। फाइनली देयर इम्प्रूविंग। वरना तो इनके आंसर्स बहुत फजूल से होते हैं। अच्छा, एनीवेज, लेट्स रीड दिस ऑफ। पेयर वन, बॉइलिंग अकर्स एट वन टेम्परेचर, कांस्टेंट टेम्परेचर, evaporation occurs at all any temperature. Pair 2, boiling occurs within throughout liquid, causes bubbles, evaporation occurs at surface, like I told you. Pair 3, boiling requires a heat source affected by rate of heating. Evaporation causes cooling affected by wind. Evaporation is also affected by the container it is in. Like अगर evaporation में अगर क्या कहते हैं, if the surface area is larger, then evaporation will occur at a larger rate. ठीक है ना। तो टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट ड्यूरिंग evaporation and boiling. अच्छा, तो आगे मूव ऑन करते हैं। Explain using ideas about molecules why thermal energy is needed to boil a liquid. अच्छा, वो पूछ रहे हैं कि why is thermal energy required or needed to boil a liquid. Two, explain using the ideas about molecules why thermal energy is needed to boil a liquid. So they are asking why thermal energy is needed to boil a liquid, and that is mainly due to there being a force is needed in order to change the states, right? A force is needed to overcome the intermolecular forces. ठीक है ना? Thermal energy is usually required to do work done against the intermolecular forces. Or yeah, that is the answer. Pretty simple two mark question. P increases, molecules push back into atmosphere. Yeah. अच्छा, this is an interesting part. तो इसमें मेरे ख्याल से डेंसिटी मतलब मास वेट डेंसिटी का भी है और इसका भी है, एनर्जी, मतलब मल्टीपल टॉपिक्स हैं। और इसके बाद वर्क डन वगैरह का भी है, वर्क पावर एंड एनर्जी। और फिर आखिर में एक है उसका प्रैक्टिकल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का। सो दिस इज an interesting top question, ठीक है ना। In one type of bathroom shower, cold water passes through a metal pipe which contains an electrical heater. So an electrical heater is being used. The cold water is heated and emerges from the shower head. The temperature of the cold water before heating is measured, and the hot water emerging from the shower in 1 minute is collected in a container. measuring other data are, अच्छा, टेम्परेचर हो गया 16 पहले, 37 बाद में, ठीक है ना। और उसके बाद वॉल्यूम हो गया इन 1 मिनट, वॉल्यूम इन 1 मिनट, 4.6 into 10 raised to the power of minus 3 specific heat capacity as usual 4200 of water, or density of water is obviously 1000 kilograms per cubic meter. Calculate the mass of water leaving the shower in 1 second. They're asking where 1 second में कितना leave कर रहा है shower. So first of all, we have this value, but this is the amount of water collected in 1 minute, not 1 second. So we'll have to divide this value by 60 in order to get the amount of volume like expended by the shower in 1 minute. So हम कर लेते 0.0046, which will be this value divided by 360. So we'll get this value and we'll इसका नाम किया, हमारे पास ये वैल्यू आ गई। अच्छा, आप अब आपने निकालना है कि डेंसिटी का फॉर्मूला क्या है। डेंसिटी इज इक्वल्स टू मास डिवाइडेड बाय वॉल्यूम, ठीक है ना। अभी हमारे पास है डेंसिटी और हमारे पास वॉल्यूम है, तो डेंसिटी 1000 मल्टीप्लाइड बाय दैट वैल्यू will get us the mass of the object. Mass of the object meaning the mass of the water. So if we multiply this by 1000, will we get the mass of the water? Yes, we will. 0.077 is the answer. 0.077 is the answer. I have to write kilograms as well. Yes, let's check. 0.077 kilograms. Oh, yeah. Calculate the thermal energy heat gained by the water in 1 second. अच्छा, कितनी heat gain हुई है in 1 second? So we're gonna apply the specific heat capacity formula, which is gonna be mass. अच्छा, Q is equals to mass into specific heat capacity into delta T. Delta T will be the temperature change. ठीक है ना। अच्छा, Q is equals to mass हम लेंगे, mass leaving the shower in 1 second वाला लेंगे हम, 0.077 लेंगे, 0.077, और इसके बाद स्पेसिफिक हीट कैपेसिटी इज 4200 into the change in temperature. The change in temperature will be 37 minus 16, which is I think 21. So we'll get the answer. इसको हटा देते हैं, 6800 will be the answer, I think. Yes, 6800 is the answer. 6800 joules will be the answer because we're rounding it off, of course. Acha. 3. To calculate the efficiency of the water, the value in B2 and the value of one other quantity are needed. Value in B2 and value of one other quantity are needed. So value state what other quantity is needed. So we already have the useful output which is being used by the electrical heater in order to gain 6800 joules of energy in that water. ठीक है ना, in 1 second. So what we'll need is input, total input. We already got the output, so we're gonna need the total input. ठीक है ना, very simple. Describe how these two values are used to calculate the efficiency of the shower. So efficiency of the shower. Efficiency of the shower is gonna be useful output divided by total input is gonna give us efficiency. ठीक है ना। So useful output being the part of the energy which is useful to the process, right? It is useful to the process without being like wasted or anything. Or total input will be the total amount of energy provided to the system. So efficiency is equals to output divided by input. So this is going to be electrical energy or power mentioned input. अच्छा, अब हमने ये करना है, but this is not related to this topic, so I'm just gonna speed through it. The metal pipe that contains the electric heater is earthed. Explain why this is necessary. We have to explain why this is necessary to avoid electrocution current. To avoid current. बिजली हमें काफी बार लग जाती है. That can be avoided using a earth product, right? To avoid pipe being live, to allow a current charges to earth, ground, fuse blows up to stop electrocution. तो लोग कहते हैं फ्यूज उड़ गया, but that saves their lives. So when live heater touches metal, water. Yeah. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Allah Hafiz.